Hello, I'm Barralet and welcome to this special Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the celebration of Imbolc. Now in the past, our ancestors had to live more in tune with the cycles of nature because their survival depended on it. The wheel of the year, when the seasons were, dictated agriculture and when you could do different things. And so their holidays and their celebrations were very much based on these key points. Now, traditionally, there were 8 main celebrations: the 2 solstices, the 2 equinoxes, and the cross quarters between them. And Imbolc is one of those cross quarter celebrations. Imbolc happens on the time between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, around the time in the southern hemisphere of the start of August, and in the northern hemisphere, the start of February. Now, Imbolc, actually, the translation is a bit kind of argued, but it normally means something like ewe's milk. And it was kind of to signify when the lambs would be born and ewes would start to lactate and give their milk. And of course, this would be available for the people that lived on the land as well. So this is a time of new beginnings, kind of the first signs of spring. So yes, it's still very cold, but remember, if you've seen my video about the winter solstice, we're starting to come out of that slumber. The new sun has been born, it's getting stronger every year, and we can now start to move a little bit into action. So in this video, I want to explore with you how you might be able to get into the essence of Imbolc when it comes round for you, depending on which hemisphere you're in, what time of the year, and how you can really help to tune back into nature and what's happening in nature around you. Imbolc is a time when we come out of that sleepy slumber of winter. We've been very introspective and considering what we'd like to do and aligning back with our spiritual purpose. And now we want to start planning on what we're actually going to get out there and do. It's time to start getting the body moving again. So any kind of exercise, getting outside, can be really great. You'll start to see that the first blossoms of spring will start to come. Some of the first flowers are out. And a really nice thing to do is go for a walk each day and try and spot different flowers. Take pictures of them and see if you can identify them and really kind of get to know your local environment. While you're outside, you might also like to do some sun salutations with yoga. Again, welcoming that sun that's growing stronger and stronger each day as the days gradually start to get a little bit warmer. Another great thing is to do any kind of healing or therapy that's going to help to get energy moving again. So something like acupuncture would be absolutely ideal now. One of my favorite activities to do though, because it is about welcoming the new sun and bringing warmth and movement back into our lives, is in an east-facing window, grab a small candle and grab some of your favorite solar crystals. So here we're talking about things like sunstone, citrine, tiger's eye, imperial topaz, bumblebee stone, whatever yellow and orange and golden crystals really excite you and you have in your collection, and put them around the candle. And what I'll do each morning when I first wake up, it's one of the very first things I do around Imbolc, is I'll just light that candle, just a little tea light candle, and let that burn down for the day. And it's just that kind of welcoming the sun back into your home, back into your space, and back into your life. Of course, it has still been a cold, cold winter, and the wildlife outside has really struggled, and there isn't too much food around just yet. So this is a really nice time to just scatter some seed out there for the animals that, have lost some of their natural habitat because you're living in their space with your home. You can also take some different seeds and hold them in your hand and think about what you'd like to manifest into your life. This is a great time for really focusing on, okay, what's my goals for the next 12 years? How can I actually practically apply it? Hold them into the seeds and then bury them in a little pot. Now, you need to make sure that you look after that pot and that they start to grow and flourish. This can be a really interesting telling tale on how much you actually support your goals. If you do this one weekend around Imbolc and go, yeah, I did it, and then forget to water them, what does that tell you about how you treat your goals and your ambitions for the year? So this can be a really nice teaching for yourself and an introspective time to go, okay, maybe I need to look at where I devote my energy and where I focus a little bit more. For each of the 8 different festivals or celebrations of the Wheel of the Year, I like to focus on a different chakra around that time. Now for Imbolc, I focus on the 3rd eye chakra. In the winter solstice, we focus on the crown. It's a time of stillness, of introspection, of reconnecting with our spiritual purpose and why we're really here in this incarnation. Now we want to move that ideas and those realizations of what we're here down to the 3rd eye chakra. The 3rd eye chakra people often associate just with their intuition, but I find it incorporates our intuition and also our intellect to understand how the world works. So we know what we're here to do, Then we bring it down to the third eye chakra and we start to go, how can I apply that into the real world? How can I bring that into practice? And so we sit in this space of contemplation right now of actually, how do I bring this into reality? This isn't necessarily a time of great action and getting out there and setting your goals. It's about just getting clear of, okay, what's my plan? I guess a key word for Imbolc would be planning. So working with the third eye chakra and making sure it's balanced is a really great thing to do. One really easy way to do that is with a pendulum. So let me give you a demonstration on how to check your third eye chakra. So first of all, just hold your pendulum in the hand that you write with. You can either drape it over 2 fingers like that, or kind of pinch it like that. And kind of relax your shoulder. I've got it up a little bit, so I've got it in the camera view. The first question you want to ask your pendulum is, show me the energy of a balanced chakra. Show me the energy of a balanced chakra. Now you can either ask it out loud, or you can just ask it in your head. And after a while, you'll get a bit of a swing. Don't worry about the direction or any of that, just look at how much it's swinging. So that is a balanced chakra for me today. And it may be less or more the way it swings. So now we want to compare, that's a balanced chakra, let's test the third eye. So you put your receptive hand, your sensing hand, the hand you do not write with, on your third eye chakra, and show me the energy of my third eye chakra. And you can see that's probably moving a little bit less. So that would suggest that I have an underactive third eye chakra, that maybe I need to work with some different crystals that will help to stimulate that, and some different essential oils as well. So we're obviously working with deep blue ones. Crystals for, stimulating would be great. Sapphires are absolutely amazing. Sandalwood and juniper berry would be great oils to work with. But what I'll do is I'll leave a link after this video, and you can check out the full video where I explain working with the third eye chakra a little bit more. But really focus on this time. You can see that I've got sodalite on, one of my deep blue crystals. I'm wearing deep blue clothes. I'm getting into the essence of Imbolc so that I've got that energy around me, and that I'm really focusing on that and planning and getting ready to bring my spiritual purpose into manifestation in the world. This is the ideal time to do that, and making sure this energy center is balanced is a really powerful way to make sure you're effective. Not that we need a reason, but this is a great time to bring out some of your crystals and work with them, wear them, and celebrate them. So there's 2 types of crystals that I generally work with around Imbolc. The first lot are those solar crystals. It's been cold, it's still cold weather in most places in the world as we reach that Imbolc and that first kind of essences of spring coming out in the environment around us. So we want to bring that warming energy and that solar energy out. So I will often bring some solar crystals around with me. I'll either wear them, or I'll have them around my house, or both. Just tune in with them, even meditate with them. So what are my favorite solar crystals? Well, sunstone would definitely be up there. Then you've also got citrine, you've got imperial topaz, you've got rutile, you've got bumblebee stone, you've got tiger's eye. Basically, golden apatite is amazing. Golden labradorite is amazing. Any yellow, gold, pyrite can be good because it also helps with that planning that we're talking about before. Anything that's orange, yellow, gold, even a bit of carnelian would be really nice for you to kind of get things warming and get you back into action. It can be a bit hard. This is when we've been dormant in winter. It can be hard. And these crystals help to bring energy back into your space and back into your body as well. The second group of crystals I'm going to be working with are my deep blue crystals that resonate with the third eye chakra. So, generally, if I have an underactive third eye chakra, things like sapphire can be really great, or tanzanite quartz and cobalt or royal aura quartz. If it's overactive, sodalite can be really good, and demortierite can be great, as well as blue amber. And if it's balanced, then I'd be looking at things like lapis lazuli can be really good for maintaining that nice balanced chakra. If I find that it's balanced overall, I start working with those higher vibration crystals. This is where I work with shadokite, I'll work with azurite, I'll work with, what other deep blue ones can I think of? Violane could even be a nice one as well. So look at your collection and see what you're drawn to. See what you get when you check your chakra as well. Find the best crystals for you and bring those out. Again, wearing them as jewelry, carrying them in your pockets, putting them around your space, and just bringing that, all those energies that help to bring in that introspection, that planning part, that understanding of how the world works and how you're going to apply sharing your spiritual gifts with the world. Of course, using essential oils at all times of the year are great for us, but we can also use them definitely around this time. So there are 3 types of essential oils I tend to have in my diffusers and be using in different ways around the celebration of Imbolc. The first one, because this is the time when there's kind of all that new life, we're starting to see those first signs. We'll start to see, maybe some baby lambs, maybe we can hear baby birds, or where I live, I see baby bandicoots running around and that type of thing. So the kind of essence of this life coming back. And so I really love to get some like earthy and green essential oils and just play around and make different blends in my diffuser. So when I'm talking about earthy, I'm talking about things like spikenard, I'm talking about vetiver, galbanum. They all have very grounding, earthy kind of aromas. And then some fresh green ones, things like dill, cilantro can be really nice. Even a bit of coriander, it's kind of a bit earthy as well. Any of those kind of, even eucalyptuses can be really nice. It had that refreshing but earthy kind of aroma. And I find that really captures the essence of Imbolc. Now again, we want to work with our solar oils as well. So this is things such as laurel, frankincense, cedarwood, and all of your citruses are absolutely amazing at this point in time as well. And then we want to work with third eye chakra oils as well. My favorite one is basil, because basil is going to help you with planning and focus on what's important. And this is really important at this time. This is where you plan your next 12 months. So you really want to be focused on that. But other third eye chakra oils, fennel can be really good, juniper berry, spearmint, peppermint, sandalwoods can be amazing, star anise is one of my favorites as well. So dive into them and, allow your understanding and how the world works and your focus to really get clear. Allow your intuition to kick in and guide you on what decisions would be the best to make, and start planning for a great year ahead. If you've been watching a few videos on my channel now, you understand that I'm really passionate about helping people work with different gifts of nature, whether it be crystals, essential oils, listening to the wisdom of animals, or all these other magical things that happen in the world around us. One of the best things we can do is to be aware of what's happening in our natural environment. We live inside these homes all the time, and we can sometimes be a little bit removed. The climate is controlled in there, the temperature is always the same, and we don't get to feel the chill in the air and see the changes of the plants if we don't get out in nature that often. By doing this as much as we can, it helps us to reignite and re-knit our relationship with our natural environment. We are part of the natural environment. There is no us and them. We are one and the same, and sometimes we just feel a little bit disconnected. So celebrating Imbolc and all the other festivals is a really great time to reconnect and remind yourself of the glory and the cycles of life. Imbolc is an amazing time to really start to plan our lives, and I also like to sometimes gather with some friends and have a celebratory meal. Now, traditional foods around this time are your curries and your spices. Why? And chilies as well. It warms us up. Remember about warming us back up. Also things like garlics and leeks and all those kind of things that are kind of growing around that time can be really nice as well. Spice wines are also traditional, so anything that's going to kind of bring a bit of warmth back into the body and fire you up can be really great. And raisins are also traditional as well, which symbolize the sun. Imbolc is such a great time to celebrate, to get excited about what's going to happen in the year ahead. Spring's just around the corner and the days are going to get warmer. I'd love to know how you celebrate Imbolc. Leave a comment in the section below and share how you like to celebrate. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Barralet. Blessed be.